Kerry Barrett, thank you so much for joining me in my living room.
It's nice to have a little social, well, I guess we're still distant, but a little social interaction nonetheless.
Yes.
It's good to see you.
Where are you broadcasting from?
I am in Sparta, New Jersey. It's raining and sleeting, and we had a little bit of snow here too. It's great.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh,
So I really love the days when all of my children can be cooped up inside and I get to work around them because it's fun for everyone. No,
yeah, I know, right?
it's a
Well,
total
in Jersey
nightmare.
City, we got no snow, but it's foggy and cold and
Just like gross, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know. We're all in this like crazy, I feel, kind of bizarro land where we don't know really what's coming next and where we're going. I just got notice, like so many parents did, that school is now canceled through at least April 19th. However, my sister is down in North Carolina and they are canceled through the end of May. So I'm counting my blessings that that we haven't reached that stage yet, although I kind of think it may be coming. I don't know.
That is well, there's a spring break though in that, right?
There is. So our spring break ends on the 17th. So the 18th and 19th are Saturday and Sunday. So, fingers crossed, we go back to school on the 20th. But I'm just girding my loins for the fact that that might not happen.
And your kids are how old?
9, 5, and 3.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
How are you balancing all of that?
I had to put a deadbolt on my office door because they figured out how to jimmy the lock on the doorknob. It's tough though, because they're bored, they can't like, I mean, every parent is going through this. I posted a thing on Instagram today that said working at home with small children is like walking a tightrope while juggling with knives, and then all of those knives are juggling with smaller knives that are on fire and drunk, because that's what it feels like. And I know I'm not the only one in that boat, but it's just like, you don't know what to do with them. You do the school and we try and like get up and do some exercise in the morning, but then what? Because all the activities are canceled too. They can't go to gymnastics and they can't go to swimming and blah, 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 blah. I mean, listen, it could be a lot worse, but it's just it's what everybody's doing right now, is figuring out where they're going next,
So Kerry, you built such a career in network news. You've covered, hurricanes, terrorist attacks.
Yeah.
Talk about what the difference is between all of those events and what we got going on here right now.
I'll tell you, it's this is unprecedented because of what it is. We have it's certainly not the first pandemic, but I think it's the first pandemic that we've lived through to this degree anyway. We did see SARS and we saw Ebola and MERS and a bird flu and swine flu, but that stuff didn't shut the world down. This has shut the world down. And so I think, you see people broadcasting from home, like Savannah Guthrie, she's in her basement, and, with Johnson, I mean, they're not the only ones. So that is all new as well. And people are figuring out the technology, and certainly that will grow in capacity. I know just from being online, doing a lot of Zoom calls, that the internet is getting a little bit clogged up, and there's, there's momentary lags and pauses and, those awkward moments where you're talking over each other, but you don't know that you are, and all that good stuff. But in terms of what's going on in the news, this is unprecedented, and nobody really knows where it's going and how long it's going to last. And I think that's one of the biggest fears. Like, we know what to expect kind of with war, and we know what an earthquake is. And it doesn't mean that the devastation is any lesser. It just means that we have some sort of foundation for navigating that. This we don't really.
No, absolutely. Yeah. So you're not in network news anymore. You launched a consulting company a little under a year ago now.
Yeah.
And not that anybody wishes for anything like this, but in a way, this is, I feel, just based on what I've been seeing on your own social media, this has brought your company up a couple notches now, because all of a sudden now people need your services and how to present themselves on camera, because everybody across the country is
Right.
now doing so.
Yeah, so it is interesting. I don't have, a lot of data. Like I only have 1 month of, April data, and this is the first March I've ever been in business. So I don't have a lot to track as far as seeing ebbs and flows over the years. Um, but I will say, because I'm new, it's been easier for me probably to pivot and readjust than for somebody who's been in business for a long time or has a lot of team members underneath them or that they work with. So that part, I'm still figuring it out, but it's not, but it's interesting to figure out, I guess, for lack of a better word. So you're right. Everybody's like, holy crap, I don't know how to be on camera, and if anybody out there hasn't seen the poor Jennifer meme yet,
Oh, is that real though?
I kind of think it is. Why
You
do you
kind of,
not think it is?
I don't know, because I saw mixed things that maybe that was staged, because how cruel is it that one of
No,
those coworkers put that out
released
there?
it. But come on, have we
Yeah,
not all worked with a coworker like that at some
I know. That's why we went and started our own businesses.
Well, it's funny because I was texting with one of my old producer friends from when I worked in Salt Lake City, and I was like, oh my gosh, this reminds me. So I had to run to use the restroom during a commercial break during a show while I was on air, and I forgot to turn my mic off. And thank God our audio guy was on it and was paying attention and clipped my mic very quickly once he realized where I was. But that stuff happens. I mean, it happens. So people forget they're on camera. They're used to doing a conference call, and they're not necessarily used to having, a camera in their face. And so I could see how it could happen. I mean, I've almost been there, done that.
Yeah, no, I mean, we all have, of course, like that. I mean, that just took it to the next level.
Yeah.
That was bad. So what are you coaching your clients on in these last 10 or so odd crazy days?
Yeah, well, I've had a lot of, unfortunately, in-person trainings and that
Oh,
have canceled. And so we're moving that online because we can't meet in person. And, I had a lot of speaking engagements actually booked in March because of International Women's Day, and they all canceled.
ugh.
The hope is, of course, that they're going to reschedule, but nobody really knows when at this point. So what I've started to do is just I'm beginning to release online webinars and videos for people who, it's just a service at this point. I'm new in business. I'd like to offer some value to people who maybe don't know me or haven't worked with me. So I put out a video about how to sign up for a Zoom account, a free account. And then I put together a PDF with that gave people some, basic best practices, where to look, how to act, how to mute your mic or turn off your video, and make sure that your teammates aren't looking up your nose or looking at your ceiling or all of that good stuff that we see. So people they need that and they value it. And I hope that obviously when things begin to turn around, that they'll see there's a necessity for being good on video beyond this as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, because people think like, oh, I don't want to be on TV, but
Right.
it's not about TV anymore.
That's exactly it. It's not about TV anymore. It's about having video content out there. I'm just leery of selling it right now because as a business owner, that's obviously what you're looking to do. But, if I get one more, ad for a in-home workout thing, I'm going to literally throw my computer through the window, because I get it. You're trying to take advantage of what's going on right now, but holy cow, there are people whose lives are spiraling out of control. Can we just offer a little bit of value, even if it's just like a free month or something? So that's what I'm trying to do right now. What it looks like a month from now or 2 months from now is anybody's guess. I think it might be for most of us out there.
Yeah. I mean, the economy, we can't sustain this for
Right.
this amount of time. I mean, eventually a segment of the population is going to have to go back to
They're
work.
going to have to go back. Absolutely. And I was talking with a guy today who runs a production company, and he said, there's going to be a certain point where this is just not sustainable. And there needs to be, you take your temperature 4 times a day, and as long as you're not showing any symptoms and you don't have a temperature, then you can meet in a small group, because you're right. This can't continue indefinitely this way. But there are opportunities out there to use this. I don't want to say as an opportunity, but But there are ways that we can pivot and learn, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've told you, you're like the seventh one I've recorded.
I know, and my God, and you look fabulous, and you
I
must
look
be
fabulous.
blessed.
Oh,
You
geez.
do.
No, not at all.
It's
But
beautiful, and I hate you.
no, not at all. But
I'm just glad that before all of this hit the fan, I got my face Botoxed into oblivion so that you can't see all the stress and wrinkles on it right now. But I will tell you, give us all 2 months and you'll be like, oh yeah, he's really gray. And wow, her brows look different than normal.
oh, yeah, this is why I'm doing it now because I'm still fresh. You know, I got my hair cut. I got my eyebrows done. But in a couple weeks, it's
Right, forget it. All bets are off, baby.
yeah, seriously, I'll be doing this with sunglasses on.
Oh God.
I know.
But yeah, you've been changing too.
But you know, everyone, to your point, is seeing this as an opportunity to grow and to pivot. And this is going to change the way that we do business.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, these face-to-face meetings that, you know,
Right.
frankly, don't need to be face-to-face. Let's be
No.
real. I think are going to be done online now. Just
do
like we're
too.
doing right now. And it's gonna be better for the
100%.
environment. It's going to be better for people's work-life balance because how much time do we all spend in the car? You know,
I cannot.
you're in Sparta. You have to go east for a lot of your jobs.
My car is the 2017 model and it's got 87,000 miles on it.
Yeah. And think about all the time that
Yeah.
you wasted in the car where you could have been home with your kids or, you know, doing something for yourself.
I think you're absolutely right. I will say that, and not to make light of this, but I do hope that this is kind of a reset just in terms of cleaning our air and getting a better balance for our lives and our families. I saw this post on Instagram the other day that said before the quarantine, and it showed a family sitting together in the living room and everybody was on their phone. And then it showed after the quarantine and it was a family out taking a walk, you know, and yes, we have to be mindful of where we're walking right now and how many people are around us. But I do think that this is just a forced reset on so many different levels.
Yeah. So where can people find out more about your service?
Oh, thank you. You can go to my website, which is under a bit of a revamp right now, but there's still some information there. It's kerrybarrettconsulting.com. Okay. You can also email me at Kerry, it's Kerry, at kerrybarrettconsulting.com, or you can call me at 973-210-4952.
Awesome. Well,
thank you for doing this, by the way. I think it's great to see your beautiful face and to talk with some other people, but I hope it's helpful for people who are trying to figure out how to navigate this new normal.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a beautiful time to be creative right now.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. So Kerry, this was so fun. I hope to see you in person, in the flesh very soon.
Yes, I know. One of these days, fingers crossed.
I know. All right. Well, take care of yourself. Stay healthy and safe.
Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.